Have you ever felt betrayed, used, or even abandoned by the very people you extended a helping hand to? If the answer is yes, please know that you're not alone. On the journey of life, we often encounter the harsh reality that kindness, if misplaced, can turn into a sharp blade that cuts into our own hearts. If you've experienced such painful feelings, leave a comment with the number 2 below, so we can share and find empathy together. Because, although it may be difficult to accept, human nature can sometimes be surprisingly ungrateful. Understanding this truth isn't about becoming hardened or losing faith in kindness, but rather about living a more mindful life, avoiding unnecessary hurt, and building truly sustainable relationships. Welcome to today's video, where we will confront a somewhat harsh but crucial truth. Kindness, if misplaced, can become a ticking time bomb, silently destroying your life. I know this may sound hard to believe, but join me as we explore 10 specific ways in which kindness can backfire. We will delve into everyday stories and real-life situations to gain a deeper understanding of these hidden pitfalls. And most importantly, I will share with you the secrets to protect yourself, ensuring your kindness is always appreciated and not taken advantage of. Whether you're someone who's always ready to lend a hand, or simply want to understand human nature better, this video will undoubtedly offer you fresh and valuable perspectives. Subscribe to the channel now so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll explore the secrets to building a happier and more meaningful life. A life where your kindness is always placed in the right hands and shines its brightest. Let's embark on this journey of discovery together. Number 1. Your kindness is being wasted. Kindness, a noble quality, often comes with a willingness to give and sacrifice. We dedicate our time, effort, and sometimes even our possessions to help others, with the desire to bring them joy and support. However, that kindness can become an unwanted burden if it's misplaced or given to the wrong people. Imagine you are a hardworking farmer, diligently cultivating and watering your garden every day. You pour your heart and soul into nurturing each seedling, hoping they will grow and bear fruit. But if the seeds you sow are bad, or the soil you choose is barren and infertile, no matter how hard you try, the plants won't thrive, and your efforts will be in vain. Similarly, when your kindness is directed towards undeserving individuals, those who don't appreciate or even exploit it, it ceases to be a noble act and becomes a regrettable waste. The time, effort, and money you invest not only fail to yield positive results, but also leave you feeling exhausted and drained, both physically and mentally. You might spend hours listening to a friend's complaints, yet they never show any concern for your feelings. You might readily help a colleague complete their work, but they take it for granted and never express gratitude. You might lend money to someone hoping to help them overcome difficulties, but they treat it as a handout with no intention of repaying you. Such situations not only rob you of tangible assets, but also take away something even more precious: your time, energy, and faith in kindness. You may feel like a candle burning itself out to illuminate others, only to be left with a faint, flickering flame. Therefore, learn to place your kindness wisely. Devote your time, effort, and resources to those who truly deserve it, those who appreciate and reciprocate your kindness. In doing so, your kindness will not only bring happiness to others, but also nourish and enrich your own soul. Number 2. You will not be respected. Kindness and helping others are valuable qualities, but if not moderated, they can backfire. When you constantly help others without limits, you unintentionally set a dangerous precedent. People will get used to receiving your help, without making any effort or solving problems on their own. Gradually, they will take your help for granted, no longer appreciating or being grateful for it. Human nature is strange. When people receive something good, instead of appreciating it and being thankful, they often take it lightly and see it as something they deserve. This indifference gradually erodes gratitude, replacing it with simmering resentment. They begin to compare, demand more, and feel dissatisfied when their expectations are not met. They forget what they have received and focus only on what they lack. They may start to demand more, expecting you always to be there to solve their problems. When you can't meet those expectations, they may feel disappointed, even resentful. Your kindness, instead of being met with gratitude, becomes a source of dissatisfaction and conflict. Moreover, helping too much can make others undervalue your capabilities. They might think you're just an easy target, someone who always goes along with their wishes without having your own opinions. This not only lowers your value in their eyes, but also causes you to lose confidence and self-respect. Therefore, remember that kindness needs limits. Helping others is good, but do it wisely, selectively, and know when to stop. Don't let your kindness be exploited and turn into weakness. Let others overcome difficulties on their own, allowing them to learn and grow. Only then will your help truly be meaningful and appreciated. Number 3. You will get hurt. Give without expecting anything in return is a noble philosophy often celebrated. But in reality, it is not that simple. No matter how good our intentions are, when we give everything we have, a part of us still hopes for some equivalent reciprocation. It is a natural human instinct to want to be recognized and appreciated for what we have given. Therefore, when we give everything we have, and others do not do the same for us, we become disappointed and disheartened. We have placed too many expectations on others, hoping they will reciprocate our kindness with similar care and affection. But when that doesn't happen, we feel betrayed, used, and our kindness seems meaningless. This disappointment can make us lose faith in others, in life, and even in ourselves. We begin to doubt the value of kindness, of giving, and wonder if we should continue to live by this philosophy. We feel hurt, as if our heart is being squeezed, and our belief in good things is severely shaken. Each time we hope and then get disappointed, it's like reopening a wound that has not yet healed, making it deeper and more painful. We question whether we are too naive, too trusting, or if our kindness is a weakness that others exploit. However, it is important to understand that not everyone is capable of reciprocating our kindness in the same way. Each person has their own circumstances, personality, and way of expressing feelings. We should not lose faith in kindness and giving because of the insensitivity of a few. Understanding this can help us maintain our belief in the value of kindness while protecting ourselves from getting hurt. It allows us to continue giving, but with wisdom and boundaries, ensuring that our kindness remains a strength rather than a vulnerability. Number 4. You are at fault with them. Kindness and help are precious gifts, but when given too much, they can inadvertently become chains that bind the recipient, stifling their growth and stripping away their ability to be independent. Imagine a mother who always does everything for her child, from small tasks like tying shoelaces and preparing clothes to larger ones like doing homework and driving to school. Initially, the child may feel happy and grateful for the mother's love and care. But over time, this excessive pampering will cause the child to lose their independence. They won't know how to take care of themselves, solve problems, or develop the necessary life skills to face the outside world. Similarly, When you are always there to help others, you unintentionally create a false sense of security, where they don't need to strive or make an effort. They become accustomed to having you solve all their difficulties, from trivial tasks like finding an address to significant challenges like facing a job failure. Gradually, they will lose the motivation to learn, grow, and stand on their own feet. Another example is a friend who is always willing to lend you money whenever you're in trouble. Initially, you may feel grateful and lucky to have such a good friend, but if this continues, you will become dependent on that friend. You won't make an effort to solve your financial problems, but will instead rely on their help. This not only diminishes your financial management skills, but also strains your friendship. Moreover, excessive helping can have negative repercussions for you. When you spend too much time and effort worrying about others, you may neglect your own life. You might miss out on personal development opportunities, important relationships, and personal joys. Over time, you will feel exhausted, unbalanced, and unhappy. True help is not merely solving problems for others, but giving them the tools to solve problems themselves. Instead of doing everything for them, teach them how to do it. Encourage them to explore and learn on their own. Be a companion, a supporter, not a caretaker. Remember, everyone has their own potential and capabilities. When you help too much, you inadvertently take away their opportunity to discover and develop these potentials. You not only stifle their growth, but also diminish their self-confidence. Therefore, learn to help wisely. Know when to extend a helping hand and when to step back so others can walk on their own. Respect their independence and trust in their abilities. Only then will your help be truly meaningful and bring lasting benefits for both parties. Number 5. When kindness unintentionally creates distance. In life, we often get caught up in the whirlwind of relationships, demands, and expectations. Kindness, the willingness to help others, is a valuable quality. However, when that kindness is misplaced, when we devote too much time and energy to those who don't deserve it, it can inadvertently create distance in the relationships that truly matter to us. Imagine your life as a garden, where each relationship is a type of plant. There are sturdy old trees, symbolizing family and close friends, who stand by you through thick and thin. There are newly planted saplings, representing budding relationships that need care and nurturing. And there are also weeds, those negative relationships that drain your energy and hurt you. When you spend too much time and effort on these weeds, you unintentionally neglect caring for the old trees and saplings in your soul's garden. You might miss family gatherings, intimate conversations with friends, or precious moments with loved ones. Gradually, these important relationships can fade and become distant. Close friends may feel neglected, and family may feel you no longer care about them. And by the time you realize it, it might be too late to mend the cracks in those bonds. Therefore, learn to balance helping others with nurturing your important relationships. Don't let your kindness unintentionally push your loved ones away. Remember, family and friends are the ones who will always be there for you, supporting and encouraging you through all circumstances. Make time for them, cultivate those relationships, and build beautiful memories together. Because in the end, it is these connections that are the true source of strength and happiness in your life. Number 6. You will fall into depression. You always put others above yourself, constantly caring about their feelings to the extent of accepting being taken advantage of just to fit in and avoid being different. You fear isolation and judgment, so you always strive to please everyone around you. However, This sacrifice can lead to losing yourself, forgetting your own desires and values, and not recognizing your true self. For instance, you always agree to your friends' requests, even when you don't want to, just because you fear rejection or being disliked. Gradually, you no longer know what you really like, what you want, and you feel lost in your own life. On the outside, you may appear kind, easygoing, and agreeable, but inside, you are facing intense emotional turmoil. Anxiety, negativity, frustration, and fatigue accumulate day by day, like a ticking time bomb ready to explode. You long to break free and resist, but lack the strength to do so. Consider a girl who constantly tries to please her boyfriend, changing herself and giving up her personal interests just to make him happy. Eventually, she realizes that she is no longer herself, and the relationship does not bring her happiness. Although not everyone who lives for others is taken advantage of, most of them suffer significant losses because they care too much about others. They are willing to sacrifice their own interests to please others, but are often not rewarded accordingly, leading to deep wounds. Take an employee who always takes on extra work and stays late to help colleagues, but is neither recognized nor promoted. This injustice makes him feel discontented and demotivated. People who do not dare to make decisions, always relying on others' opinions and easily getting swept along by the crowd, often feel lonely and lost. They cannot find their true selves, gradually lose their self-worth, and are prone to psychological issues such as depression or anxiety. They live in torment, self-blame, and the feeling of not being themselves. Like an overinflated balloon, at some point, these negative emotions will burst beyond control. Those who were once gentle and kind can become irritable, angry, and even exhibit negative behaviors they never thought possible. This is the sad consequence of suppressing emotions for too long without release. Number 7. You become a victim of bad people. People with kind hearts, always willing to help others, often radiate positive energy and attract the attention of those around them. However, kindness, like a magnet, not only attracts well-meaning individuals, but also inadvertently becomes a target for those with malicious intent, seeking to exploit their kindness for personal gain. For example, a kind-hearted woman frequently helps her neighbors, from babysitting and cooking to lending money when they are in need. Initially, everything seems fine, but gradually, these neighbors start to take advantage of her kindness. They constantly ask for favors, make demands, and even become upset when she cannot meet all their requests. Her kindness is exploited, and she becomes a victim of the selfishness and ingratitude of those around her. These individuals are often very cunning, able to disguise themselves as weak, unfortunate, or struggling to deceive others' compassion. They may tell heartbreaking stories and appear pitiful to make others feel sorry for them and want to help. They might also promise to repay the favor, but never actually follow through on their promises. Another case is a man with a generous heart who frequently donates money to charitable organizations. However, he is unaware that some of these organizations are exploiting his kindness to enrich themselves. They use the donated money for personal purposes rather than helping those truly in need. When kindness is exploited, the giver not only loses material value, but also suffers emotional damage. They feel betrayed, deceived, and lose faith in human kindness. This can make them more reserved, hesitant to help others, and even lose confidence in themselves. Therefore, those who are always giving need to be alert and wise, able to recognize those with bad intentions to protect themselves. Do not let your kindness be exploited. Instead, reserve it for those who truly deserve it. Remember that kindness is a precious quality, but it needs to be placed correctly and given to the right people. Number 8. You lose your own dreams. Prioritizing the needs of others above your own, even if it stems from kindness and care, can lead to unfortunate consequences if not balanced. When you continuously put others first, you can easily forget your own goals and dreams. For instance, your friend is always willing to help everyone around him, from giving rides to friends to assisting colleagues with projects. He always puts others' needs first and never says no to any request. However, because he is so busy helping others, he misses opportunities for career advancement and has no time to pursue his passion for music. Personal plans, burning passions, and future aspirations gradually fade away in the whirlwind of meeting others' expectations. You may dream of becoming a talented artist, a famous writer, or a successful entrepreneur. But being too busy taking care of family, friends, or colleagues leaves you with no time or energy to chase those dreams. You sacrifice too much for others, but in the end, you feel empty and disillusioned. You realize that you have lost yourself in the process of trying to please others. You have missed valuable opportunities, memorable experiences, and happy moments because you were too focused on meeting the needs of others. Moreover, constantly putting others' needs above your own can make you feel tired, exhausted, and lose the joy of life. You may feel taken advantage of, unappreciated, and undervalued. Gradually, you will lose motivation, confidence, and belief in yourself. Therefore, remember that self-love is not selfish. It is essential for living a complete and meaningful life. Take time to listen to your own needs, pursue your goals and dreams, and take care of your physical and mental health. Only when you are happy and healthy can you truly bring happiness to those around you. Number 9. They doubt you. In a world where sincerity and kindness seem to be rare, showing too much kindness can unintentionally make others suspicious. They may wonder if there is a hidden motive behind your good deeds, if you are trying to win them over, manipulate them, or achieve some other goal. For example, a new employee who is always enthusiastic about helping colleagues often stays late and never hesitates to do any task might initially be appreciated and liked by everyone. However, over time, people may start questioning his motives. They might wonder if he is trying to ingratiate himself with the boss to get a promotion, or if he is trying to create a positive image to hide his flaws. This suspicion can cause a rift in his relationships with his colleagues, making the environment less comfortable and more distant. This doubt can create an invisible barrier in your relationships. Others might be cautious, unwilling to open up to you, or even intentionally keep their distance. They fear being taken advantage of, getting hurt, and suspect that your kindness might just be a mask hiding personal agendas. Another example is a friend who is always generous with gifts, frequently treats friends to meals, and is always ready to help when someone is in trouble. However, this excessive generosity can make his friends uncomfortable. They may wonder if he is trying to buy their affection or show off his wealth. This suspicion prevents them from accepting his kindness naturally, making their relationships awkward and less genuine. Therefore, before you can build sincere and lasting relationships, you need to learn to value yourself. Show others that you have worth, set boundaries, and are not easily exploited. When you are confident and know how to protect yourself, others will naturally respect and trust you more. As the old saying goes, if you want others to respect you, you must first respect yourself. When you know how to love and value yourself, you will radiate positive energy, attracting like-minded people and building healthy, sustainable relationships. Number 10. You will develop bad habits for yourself. When you always try to please everyone around you, your mind will gradually become chaotic and stressed. You constantly have to think, consider, and worry about how to meet others' expectations to avoid disappointing or upsetting them. This pressure can make you feel tired, exhausted, and lose inner peace. To cope with these negative emotions, you might turn to temporary stress relief activities, such as excessive shopping, uncontrolled eating, or other forms of entertainment. For example, there was a time when I turned to shopping and eating to forget the pressures and fatigue of helping others. However, these methods only provide temporary satisfaction and do not address the root of the problem. In reality, always trying to please everyone is an impossible task. You cannot please everyone, and you should not sacrifice your own happiness to do so. Learn to set boundaries for yourself, know how to say no when necessary, and take time to care for yourself. When you begin to value yourself, you will realize that treating yourself well is just as important as treating others well. You will learn to love and care for yourself, which will allow you to spread love to those around you more genuinely and meaningfully. Remember, only when you are happy and healthy can you truly bring happiness to those you love. Number 11. What are the reasons behind this psychological phenomenon? So why do some people always live in such stress and fatigue? There are many reasons for this situation, ranging from childhood experiences and social pressures to simple personal traits. In reality, each of us has a fear of being disliked by others or not fitting into a particular environment. To address this fear, many people choose to live harmoniously, trying to blend in and support others enthusiastically to gain their favor. This can make them feel less isolated. Past traumas are also considered one of the reasons why someone might live excessively for others. For example, having been isolated by friends, bullied, ridiculed for their abilities or ideas, or having experienced abuse. This forms a habit of living by reading others' expressions. They become anxious when they see someone frown or raise their voice, triggering past traumas and increasing their fear. Therefore, when others ask or request something, they will always accept, unable to refuse. A student who was bullied and then transferred to a new school will live in constant fear, doing anything friends ask. Someone who has been deceived in a relationship will be haunted in their next one, accepting all their partner's demands to avoid being hurt again. Additionally, people who live for others often lack confidence, making them hesitant to express their own opinions, fearing ridicule and disrespect. They feel inadequate, ashamed, always afraid of making mistakes, and are plagued by negative thoughts about their self-worth. This can also stem from past experiences of being belittled or criticized by others. Moreover, being asked for help can make them feel more valuable. The fear of loneliness is another factor contributing to this behavior. The feeling of being alone or facing the world alone is not pleasant. So many people choose to blend in with their surroundings. Following the crowd helps them feel accepted and not isolated. When someone asks them for help, even if it is exploitative, it gives them a sense of not being forgotten. Number 12. Living for yourself and others, how to find balance? Of course, advising against living too much for others does not mean that you should only live for yourself, ignoring what others say and do, and acting solely based on your own desires without considering right or wrong. This is not self-love, but rather selfishness. We cannot always please others or live solely for others, but we should balance both aspects. In reality, every issue in life has two sides. Clearly, if you live well and think of the right people, you will receive sweet rewards, gaining the love and gratitude of many people you help. However, if you constantly have to think about and care for everyone's opinions and live according to everyone's expectations, it will undoubtedly make you exhausted. We each have only one life, so live for yourself instead of living for others, because you cannot always follow and help everyone. Others' words and opinions can help you see the problem more clearly, but ultimately, you are the one responsible for your own decisions. Of course, it is not easy to advise someone who lives only for others and constantly worries about others' judgments to change, because they can see the issue but are afraid to address it. Some people, after being hurt and taken advantage of many times, begin to change and know how to live for themselves, while others become more negative and doubtful. Living for yourself instead of living for others does not mean you need to be selfish. Rather, you need to reassess your actions and the people to whom you show kindness. Respect and trust in your own value, because only when you trust and respect yourself will others do the same. Learn to give without expecting anything in return, but identify who deserves your help. You should learn to give without expecting anything in return, but it's essential to determine who deserves your help. For instance, if you help someone once and receive gratitude, but in subsequent instances they start seeing it as your duty, then that person does not deserve your kindness. However, if you help someone and they respond with appropriate gratitude, maintaining a long-term relationship is worthwhile. Always stay alert to distinguish right from wrong, know what should and should not be done, and boldly express your views in any situation. Do not hesitate to end relationships with people who have negative traits, as this will make you feel lighter and happier. It is often these toxic individuals who make you worry about others' opinions, fear being judged or isolated, and gradually become dependent on external validation. When you no longer have to worry about them, you will be free to be yourself and live according to your true values. If your current environment feels stifling due to negative people, don't be afraid to change it. There are certainly places where you will be appreciated, can be yourself, and be happy. Be brave to step out of your comfort zone and seek out those who truly recognize your value and help you overcome past anxieties. Independence and trust in yourself and your decisions are the best ways to prevent others from controlling you. Continuously learn, improve your knowledge and skills, and take care of yourself physically and mentally. When you are confident and shine, respect from others will naturally follow. As Gandhi said, "People become great according to the degree to which they work for the welfare of their fellow men." Indeed, when we do something that makes others happy, joyful, and content, we too feel happiness. However, it is crucial that we spread joy to those who deserve it and not misplace our kindness, as doing so only sows seeds for negative outcomes. Nonetheless, when you give, even if you do not receive anything in return, do not harbor hatred or resentment. Let it go. Forgiveness, compassion, and generosity will help you become a better person and be seen more favorably by others, bringing you more deserving rewards for the values you create. Through the lessons we've just explored, we've uncovered the hidden corners of kindness, seeing more clearly the unexpected consequences when it's misplaced or given to the wrong people. Hopefully, these insights have planted seeds of awareness within you, helping you realize that kindness, though beautiful and noble, must also be accompanied by wisdom and discernment. Don't let your kindness be exploited, trampled upon, or become a burden to yourself. Learn to listen to your heart, but also remember to use your reason to distinguish right from wrong, to know when to give and when to stop. Remember, you deserve to receive what you give. You deserve a happy and peaceful life, where your kindness is cherished and reciprocated with gratitude. If this video has touched your heart, and sparked new thoughts and emotions within you, don't hesitate to share it with your loved ones. Because, who knows, your sharing might help them avoid unnecessary hurt and find true happiness. And don't forget, the journey of self-discovery and life continues. Hit the subscribe button to not miss our upcoming videos, where we will continue to bring you valuable knowledge, inspiring stories, and fresh perspectives on life. Thank you for joining us throughout this video. Wishing you strength, confidence, and happiness always. And remember, your kindness is a priceless gift. Bestow it upon those who deserve it.